Hi, I'm Dr. Natasha Wilks from High Performance Vets, and in this video, I want to talk to you about stress. In mid-June, my family and I are heading up the Queensland coast. So I decided that I wanted to hold seminars discussing stress in practice, building resilience, and improving the well-being for all of your team. Now, today's video is actually going to be about stress. I want to talk to you about stress. Now, a lot of people think that stress is bad, and that's not the case. As you can see in this graphic, it's called the Yerkes-Dodson curve. And you'll see that it's like a typical bell curve. On the left side of the curve, this is eustress. So this is good stress. Now, to the far left, you can see that performance actually isn't that great at all. And why that is because we need to have a level of stress to improve our performance. So if there's minimal stress, you're not going to get that much done. And this is where I call when people are resting, they might be on holidays, or they're at home not doing much. It can even be those quiet days in practice where even though it's so quiet, not much seems to get done, yet everybody seems to be a lot more efficient in those really busy days. Now, to the top of the curve to the left, this is good stress. This is where the level of challenge meets your level of ability, and that is really good. This is where you're reaching peak performance, and this is what you want to experience flow. So where the challenge meets your capabilities and you feel that you're really on fire and you're doing so well and you're getting everything done. So this is good stress. Now, what normally happens is people tip to the right side of the curve, and that is where distress happens, and that's harmful stress. And that's where you've got elevated levels of cortisol, adrenaline, and for a lot of people, they actually live there. So they get up of a morning and they're already tipped into that side of the curve. It can be stressful situations. It can be if you're not sleeping well, if you've got a lot of practice problems or professional problems going on. It can even just be a really long, busy day where you haven't had a chance to have a break, have something to eat, and just stop and rest. So the key to this curve is most of us are quite stubborn, funny that. And what happens is we think, no, I can keep going, I can keep going, I can keep doing this. I don't need lunch, I don't need a break, I just keep powering on. And have you ever noticed by the time you get to sort of the 10th hour, things are taking you a lot longer than it did that morning? You may not be as sharp in your consults, you're not great as in your communication, you may be less likely or less wanting to talk to clients about more difficult things or go through complex cases. And you'll find that everything takes a little bit longer. So why that occurs is because we're not giving our body a chance to rest and recover. So we actually have periodic cycles of peak and of low and of peak and of low. But we think we can maintain at peak all the time, and your body can't sustain that. Now, it's actually been found that if you're in a physical job, you get about 8 hours before you're fatigued, your body is fatigued. If you're in a very mentally taxing job, that's us, then it's about 6 hours before you get fatigued, and we actually get quite a lot of brain fatigue. Our brain uses 20% of our energy intake because it's working so hard. So that's what I'm going to discuss in the seminar. I'm going to talk about the difference between the left side of the curve, which is good stress, and the right side of the curve, which is distress. And I'll talk about in more detail, if we keep pushing ourselves, what actually happens. And I talk about the different types of rest and why it's so important and taking breaks throughout the day. So that's just an example of one thing you'll get in the Stress, Resilience and Wellbeing seminar. I highly recommend that you register. Remember, registering is for your whole team, and if they can't make it, that's okay. What will happen is every person in your team is going to get access to the Wellbeing and Practice online course, where I'll discuss stress, resilience, dealing with difficult clients, and building your wellbeing and practice. So the seminars go for 2 hours, half an hour before there'll be light refreshments served. And I hope you register, bring your whole team along, and I really look forward to seeing you at the seminar. I'm Natasha Wilks from High Performance Vets. Thank you.